and welcome to Sunday Synergy. Today, I want to talk to you about community impact, how important it is to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep pouring back into the community that we live in. When we look at the plight of the world right now, some of us get so discouraged because everything around us seems to be moving downward. You know, there's a couple of things that move upward, but the majority of the stuff we're faced with every day with our young people, with our seniors, with our young women, with our young African American boys, with our young people in general, it seems to be so daunting. So we have to ask ourselves, how do we keep this part of us motivated and inspired to continue to work hard? Well, it means community give back. So that means we have to volunteer wherever we can. We have to be willing to step up if somebody needs assistance. Now, that doesn't mean to enable people, because we know that's one of our challenges too, where people always expect, especially the ones who continually do it, they always expect somebody to come in and help. And help is a great thing, but the reality is we got to start raising people up to be self-sufficient. We've got to also encourage people to be self-sufficient. So it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. It's hard to do that sometimes. I'm a living example of that because I want to try to help wherever I can. But I've come to realize that sometimes people take that kindness for a weakness. So we've got to be smart enough, strong enough to say no when we need to say no, because that encourages them to get out there and really stand on their own 2 feet. And that's what community is about. It's about helping people along the way until they're able to stand on their own 2 feet. So volunteer, work hard, do as much as you can, but do not be an enabler, because that is also problematic for us in the world today. So think about community impact. What can I do to give back? And it's not always the church stuff. The church stuff is very critical and important. We know that, but also just community things in general. How can you help your child's classroom? How can you help a neighbor? Maybe an elderly person is in your neighborhood and they just need a little bit of assistance getting their groceries in and out of the car, and you can just make it your job that every Thursday when they go grocery shopping, you're going to be there to help them get the groceries out of the car. That's community impact. So let's think about the simple things, because we always think community impact has to be something monumental and huge, but it does not. Very simple things are community impact. So how are you giving back to the world, the space that you're living in? Are you speaking to people on a regular basis? Are you waving when you see your neighbors in the neighborhood? That's community impact. So let's thinking about community impact as a huge monumental movement. It really is the simple things that make us impact the world around us, because the world is heavy right now. We're feeling it. We're all feeling it, but we don't have to stay there. So let's think about this week. How am I impacting my community? Your school community, your work community, your church community, your community. How are you doing that? So this week, community impact is your charge. Do something great this week that's going to have positive community impact. You got this. Happy Sunday.